I'm on my grizzly, I be smoking till them.
Turn of the flip.
They talking about me, shit get risky. I want money, pumps they itching. Me, I'm on my grizzly, I be me, I'm on my grizzly.
Wait.
They talking about me, shit get risky. I want money, pumps they itching.
I pull up on that time, I hope you niggas is prepared. I'm like AI with that practice shit, a Rocky on the stairs. Either way, I'm official, shit I've been through, need a prayer. You gon' probably see the Lord when I hit you with this chair. Woo. Feel like Ric Flair, yeah. Bang your baby mama 100 times like a snare. I'm the why, when, and where. Yeah. Pissy drunk off Julio, I pop off like a flare. If I ain't with the $1 billion show, I'm probably in my lair. Going dummy on something like people up under the stairs. I'm a mummy or something, rap a nigga like I ain't present. Got a shout out to that nigga that tried to murder my ex. Know you a blessing to this world and I just pray you get protection. Silly nigga, the money show me affection. Pistol on me moving so freely, some call it reckless. Double necklace like the cup that I'm drinking, now I got Henny in. Ghost tells I give you the game, cause you know we really in. Walk. Wait. Yeah.
Me, I'm on my grizzly, I be smoking till I'm dizzy. Got the stances on the glizzy. Don't make me spin this bitch like frisbee. Talking about me, shit get risky. I want money, pumps they itchy. Niggas wasn't with me, trenches. Niggas better keep your distance. I be on this mission, blue cheese ain't no dressing. I be vibing, ain't no stressing. If I'm there, I keep my weapon. I want mine and I want extra. If you own it, I'm gon' catch it. I've been on the potty pressure, bitch that weight. Like I rush that fire, go turn your west to Casper, collect that plate. Like a pastor, I'm a money making bastard. Certain squares, white castle, ducking handcuffs and them shackles. I want cheese like a pack of niggas, snakes without the rider. Me on that is half the battle. Me blow stacks to make them matter. If I'm fucker, then I spatter. Getting heads, you know I'd rather get that bread. You know I'd rather eat that dick. You know I love her. When I'm finished, you can get her. When I'm finished, you can get her.
The whistle. Right now, it's time for former NBA head coach in the game.
Welcome home, your guy Sam Mitchell. Welcome back to In the Game. And guys, I'm not going to apologize for the shows that I have missed, seriously, because I was bettering myself. I was back in school, getting my certification. I am now a business consultant and we started a franchise. It's a franchise called Exit Factor. That's Exit, Factor. And we're Exit Factor North here in Atlanta. And we help small businesses, medium-sized businesses, any business maximize their value, but also come up with an exit strategy plan. Because at some point, you're going to exit your business. The only question is how and which way. And are you going to do it in a good way to where you could even sell your business? So that's what I've been off doing, just bettering myself and educating myself in this world of business. But I'm happy to be back. Welcome back to In the Game Network. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Also, every Monday at 1 p.m., the raw side of things with Sir Bam Bam. So Bam Bam been doing this thing every week, right? Okay, because he's again, not that he hasn't been bettering himself, but again, I'm kind of creeping over in and out of some different worlds right now as I make this transition more from a sports standpoint to a business standpoint. So excited about my new leaf on life. All right, let's get to some sports now. I wish we would have been talking on air about the argument you and I had off air. We're not going to get into specifics, but James Harmon, a.k.a. Naughty, and again, I can't believe I'm having an educated conversation with someone who goes by the name of Naughty. That being said, we had a conversation or argument about celebrating participation, celebrating almost winning. So to me, let me get this in my mind. If you are a Power 5 school and you have won a national championship in either basketball, baseball, or football, or women's basketball, right? Those are the major sports in a Power 5 conference, right?
Correct.
If you have won a national championship in one of those sports before, I consider you as a university, as a Power 5 school, when you go out and hire a coach, the expectation is to win a national championship. Do you and I disagree on that?
We agree on that.
Oh, okay. So me and Mr. AKA Naughty found some common ground. It just goes to show you, America, if you talk to each other long enough, even though you may perceive that other person as a complete dummy, even though you may not think y'all can get along at all, but if you talk long enough with them, it would be suffice to find that you will find out that you agree with that person on something. And from that little something, you can really build something. So we've taken nothing and made it something. So we agree on that. Let me see, can I build on that? So you would agree that at those institutions, those coaches get paid, right?
Yes, they do.
Okay, now again, I didn't say if you're the basketball coach or football coach. I said if you're at one of those universities and they have experience winning a national championship in what I would consider the big four sports on a college campus, then the expectations go. Let me see who calling me. Hold on, people know they shouldn't be calling me.
That's okay. You go talk because maybe they can. Maybe
that
they
was
can get
actually
some
my
understanding.
business partner.
Right.
From the Exit Factor and stuff, Josiah, president of our company. I'm going to have to call him back, but listen. So the expectation should be to win a national championship.
Yes, I agree.
So my thing is, okay, the argument you and I had is, we're not going to get into the details, but when you become the winningest coach in a program and ain't never won nothing, and you've been paid to win a national championship, what are we celebrating?
Progress.
Hold up. It ain't like the school has just only been in existence for 10 or 20 years.
No, it hasn't
they
been.
won. And hold up. They won national championship in the big sport, football.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a football school.
And hold up. And we can make the argument They produced the greatest athlete in the history of sport.
It's a football school.
But would you not say the guy?
It's arguable.
Who would you say, without mentioning a name, you can mention these names, who would you say would be comparable as an athlete to the guy we're talking about?
Comparable, I would say Deion Sanders.
Okay. But you can't even say that because the physicality.
Yeah, the physicality.
And the other guy, scary enough, was probably a little bit faster. Yes.
You think so?
I know so. Look at the times,
Okay.
fool. Hey, man, look, you're in my era.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Tread lightly, okay? So who else?
Deion ran a 4.2.
Bruh, you're not 3.9. That's what they thought.
3.9?
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay. That's what they thought.
All right.
Okay, read the story.
They got a time
There
there,
you
though.
go.
I need that on the clock.
Electronically, the people handling the clock said 3.9 because, they're trying to time it up.
Right.
The clock said 4 flat.
Okay.
Okay.
That's fast.
I'll leave it at that. All right, let's change. But the argument was, I don't because I've been in this business, I don't celebrate my own coaching career. At one time, I was the first coach in Toronto Raptors to win a division title, whatever you call it.
That was a major accomplishment at that time.
Really?
Yes, and it allowed you to get another coaching job.
Put it to you like this.
Because your resume showed that you did a good job.
From a standpoint of look, it's nice, but what's nicer is what Nick Nurse did by winning the NBA championship.
Yeah.
So I understand what you're saying, but my mindset, when I got there, I was trying to do what Nick Nurse did. And I don't feel any type of way about when people say, "Oh, coach, you helped lay the groundwork." Really?
Yeah.
Well, let me lay my ass there
You
until
didn't
we
have the
build the
team
groundwork.
that Nick Nurse had.
Thank you. Didn't have the team. Didn't.
Right.
But we can get. But even at that time, though, Nadi, what I'm saying to you is, I still felt like my job was to win a championship.
Yes.
And to the day I die.
That's the ultimate prize.
That's what I was hired to do.
Right.
Not to lay the groundwork, because I really believe that one year we lost in the first round in game 6 or 7 by 2 points. If we could have got a lot of times, Nadi, getting out the first round is the biggest hurdle to settle your team down. Because all the pressure, think about it from this standpoint. Unless you're picked to win the championship from day one, like some teams are, everybody else now, once you get out the first round, it's kind of hard to be pissed off, right? Unless you're picked to win the championship. Think about it, like the Knicks. It'll be a tough for the Knicks because the Knicks have been picked to go to the finals.
Correct.
But last year, once the Knicks got out the first round against the Celtics, the expectations went up, but you really wasn't crazy upset. Right? If the Hawks get out the first round and lose in the second round, you think anybody gonna be pissed off?
Well, that goes back to what you just said. It depends on expectations.
Exactly. So my point is, but for most teams,
right,
when you get past all the pressures in the first round, even if you're picked to win it, you still got to get out there. And once you get past the first round, not all the pressure, but a lot of it kind of comes off your shoulder, and it relaxes the coaches and players. And that's why you always see in the second round of a series, some of the best series, because that pressure's off. And everybody know, you're going to be disappointed if you lose, but you're not going to get just killed in the media.
Correct.
Because players and coaches and organizations, that stuff matters.
It does.
Perception matters.
That was my point.
Think about this from a standpoint. How many coaches get fired based on perception? I'm going to tell you this. Tom Thibodeau got fired in New York because of perception. And I tell you what happened. When they beat the Celtics.
Right. You're correct.
The expectation if they would have lost, if the Boston Celtics would have beat the Knicks this past season, in a game 7 that went down to the wire in the Boston Garden and Tatum hit a step back fadeaway 3, Tom Thibodeau will still be the coach. But I turned to my wife when they beat, and I told my radio partner, Brian Gutzeiler, I said, BG, it's going to be crazy because the Knicks, who just didn't want to get embarrassed against the Celtics going in that series, right? The whole time, yeah, all that we could win, but you really don't want to get embarrassed, right?
Right.
Think about how the Knicks had fared against the upper echelon teams. They struggled. And then, right? So you're hoping not to get embarrassed. And then all of a sudden, boom.
Right. But do you think that it's one thing to be a professional head coach, NBA, NFL, MLB, as opposed to being a college head
It's
coach?
totally different. Man.
I'm saying it so.
First of all,
it's like 300 colleges.
But not it.
So the challenges are different.
But not it. Think about it. If you really, really, really narrow it down in college, only about 15 schools can win a national championship. If that many.
Right.
And I'm being liberal with that, right? I'm being generous.
Correct.
Only about, if you really, really look at the teams and look at the talent level. And then this is another thing you got to factor in college now. The age.
Yeah.
The people forget when they was talking about FSU and all these small mid-majors making these runs, the average age of the team was 20-something years old. Last year, Auburn average age was what, 22?
Right.
The team that Bruce Pearl went deep into the NCAA tournament.
Right.
They had grown-ass men on the team.
Yes, they developed. I mean,
so
if you go to Auburn, you're not going to be one and done. Chances are.
So if you look at college basketball today, the college coaches don't want freshmen. They don't want. I was a 17-year-old freshman.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't turn 18 until the beginning of my sophomore year. Right? Nobody would want me now. And I averaged 17 points a game as a freshman. Like I was hooping. But if you looked at my body, I was 6'7", 185 pounds soaking wet. Right? Physically, I didn't look the part. But I had a football player's mentality because I played football all my life. And I could run all day long at that size, and I could shoot the eyes out of it.
Right.
And because I had a football's mentality, I played bigger than what my body said. Because I played tight end, and 4A football back then was the highest level.
Mm-hmm.
We played Warner Robins. We played them big boys, North Side. Oh, yes, sir. We played them grown-ass men, dog. When I was in high school. I remember my sophomore year walking on the field against Warner Robins. And me and my teammates walking back over to the sideline when we both teams out there warming up. Man, most of these guys got beards and mustaches. Dude, we had peach fuzz. We lining up in the trenches. I was little 235-pound offensive guard. They do 295, 310.
Oh, yeah.
Man, they just mauled us, man.
Yeah, they going SEC.
My mother had me laugh, and she said she started, her and another group of mothers, said they started to come out on the field and say, come on. Y'all get off that field playing with these grown-ass men. Come on.
Right.
I said, Mom, if y'all would have did that, that would have been hilarious. Right?
Yeah, that would have been crazy.
But I had that mentality. So I played bigger than what my body was. So, but I wouldn't have played as a freshman. So when you look at college basketball today, it's all about they want the development, they want the maturity.
It's different today.
Yeah.
They got the transfer portal is open.
Yeah.
So now they want you to kind of go somewhere. Now they even got
COVID, it gave guys. Man, you have some guys get 6 years of college basketball.
Well, you can get they're allowing it now. Your JUCO years don't count.
Don't even count. So you think about this, now. Right. You can go to junior college for 2 years.
Yep.
Grow up, develop. Then you got 4 years of Power 5 basketball.
Right.
Dude, it's crazy.
Yeah.
And for a lot of kids, Nadi, I would recommend doing that route for this reason. Unless you're Darren Peterson, who's going to be the number one pick in the NBA draft in 2026, go to JUCO, work on your body, work on your game, and then maybe by your sophomore year, if you're at a Power 5 school, you're able to come out early. Think about it from that standpoint.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Because 95% of the guys that come into the league right out of high school, physically and mentally, they're not ready.
Right.
They're just not. No 17 or 18-year-old is ready for 100 games. Is not ready for the mental load that comes with it. Not ready for the travel that beats you down. Not ready for it. You're just not. right? And then you're just not mature enough to handle being on the road with all the responsibilities that come with being a professional athlete.
So is it a thing that for both the player and the teams, the organizations, that they want to get the player on the clock as soon as they can, as opposed to getting an older player who you might not have as much time
Well,
with?
now I think teams now are going to reconsider that for this reason. The earlier you get them in your organization, the longer they stay, the quicker they get to that big money. Look how many. Okay, think of it from this standpoint. Would I rather draft you after 2 years of junior college and then your freshman year at a Power 5 school? So now instead of 17, you're 19 or 20, you're more physically developed, and your game is rounded out. I take you right out of high school. Fine. Okay. That first year, you're going to struggle. Gotta get strong, gotta get you. Second year, by that third year, you coming into your own. Now, I got to pay you. Because most of these guys now, after that third year,
Right.
they want to get paid.
Mhm.
So now, I'm paying you at 20. So now you sign a 5-year max deal. That takes you to 26. Now you can get it. Let's say you the man now. You rocking and rolling. Now that take your next max deal takes you to 31. You still got 4 or 5 more years left in you. Now you get another. Let's say you still make a second team All NBA. Now you get another. That's 3 max deals.
Right.
So now you're looking at over $1 billion. Or if you're the NBA, would I rather get you at 20 or 19 or 20? And now that first year, you're kicking ass. That second year, you get better. That third year, you doing what you're supposed to do. Now I sign you. You're 23. Now you get your first big deal, takes you out to your 28, 29.
Right.
Now you get that second deal, takes you to 34. Now, after that, I put you on a year-to-year deal. Which one would you rather have? If you're the owner.
From the owner standpoint,
There
you would
you
like to
go.
have the more developed player
There you
who's in
go.
the 20s. But from a player perspective, you want to get on the clock as soon as you can.
Yeah, but think of it like this. This is the chance that you're taking now. Okay, you get on the clock soon. Now I got to make a decision on you because you want that money in year 3 and you ain't that dude yet. So now I'm either going to try to offer you less or I may trade you.
Right.
Now, let's say I trade you. Confidence shook. Now people saying, is he a bust?
Mm-hmm.
Now all that's creeping in. Now you got added pressure. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Sometimes it's better. Look, man, the money's gonna be there. If you'll get, and this is the thing that these young players better think about. The hook gonna be quick. If they don't see it quick,
right,
they're not investing.
Right.
Think about it.
I think NIL helps them out.
Yeah, but
because now they can afford to
stay. You can afford to stay your butt in school because it don't have to be a money grab. Before you had to come out.
Right.
Right. But think about a guy like William Avery. Played at Duke. My teammate at Minnesota Timberwolves. I love William. I think he's assistant coach with Duke now. If William had to come out because he was a 15th pick of the draft. But think about if William Avery would have stayed in school and Duke could have said, Will, stay and here go $2 million. Boom. Now, mama, I can take care of my family. I can help mama. I don't have to rush. I don't have to do this. I'm getting my NIL money. No pressure. Now I can stay in school and develop. I can even have the luxury to stay 1 more year to really, because the NIL money going to go up. The coaches ain't going to mind me, not going to have a problem with me coming back.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So with the NIL, it would have changed things. But William Avery came out, 15th pick. Boom. It didn't get the opportunities out the league. So you can come too soon if you're not ready now. Look, we're going to change this topic, man. But the one thing about me, I want you to understand this, dude. I don't believe in participation trophies. I don't believe for them in kids. And I definitely don't believe for them in grown-ups. And if you are a professional coach and the owner tells you when he hires you that I'm only hiring you to do so much, to get this team to a certain level, and then I'm gonna hire the real dude
Right,
to
but
come take them
so
to try
that's
to
why I
win a
was asking you: do
championship
you not separate a professional coach from a college coach?
all day
And what a
long.
college coach is,
Look, man,
the,
college get
how,
guys coach 30-some games. NBA, we coach 82 plus the preseason
Right.
playoffs.
so success in the NBA is measured differently than success in college.
Success in the NBA's championship, but the success in college with the money that's being paid now should be championship.
I can't
And
disagree
if
with
you're
that.
at and again, if you're at a Power 5 school and that has won a national championship, either in baseball, basketball, women's basketball, or football, and the expectation is you are not winning a championship, then you're in the wrong place. Look, hear the music right now. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk some NFL news with all the injuries going around. And then there is a new quarterback in the Big Apple. It's about time, man. But we're going to talk about that. You're listening to In the Game. I'm your host, Sam Mitchell. We'll be right back.
All right. In the Game with former NBA coach Sam Mitchell is taking a break. We'll be back in less than 2 laps. This is the In the Game Network. Sports fans of Real Talk and Hoops Insight, stay in the game with NBA legend Sam Mitchell. Now you can show your love for the In the Game podcast with exclusive merch from the In the Game online store. Coffee cups, caps, grab bold t-shirts, cozy hoodies, sleek thermal drinking cups, and more. It's all with that signature Sam Mitchell swagger. Visit InTheGameStore.com today and get in the game with Sam Mitchell, because it's more than a show. It's a lifestyle on the In the Game Network. And we're back on the In the Game Network.
Welcome
with
back.
Coach Sam Mitchell.
In the Game Network. I'm your host, Sam Mitchell. Look, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Also, every Monday at 1 p.m., the raw side of things for Sir Bam Bam. Excuse me. I'm ticked off at you. See how much time we spent talking about that nothing, and really the real basketball news that we were supposed to be talking about is the Houston Rockets and Fred VanVleet. If you don't know it, people, we're not even going down that road. If you don't know it, people, Fred VanVleet in a workout, who had just signed a 2-year extension with the Houston Rockets, who just acquired Kevin Durant this summer and really overhauled that team and invested some money, got rid of Dylan Brooks and Jalen Green for Durant and this guy to retool this team to go on a championship run. Make no mistake, the Houston Rockets are all in. That being said, man, how devastating of a news for Fred VanVleet to get hurt. You're talking about a guy, even though small in stature, a guy who's won a championship. And I was covering that series. I remember in the second round 2 against the Milwaukee Bucks, Toronto was struggling, and Freddie hit a shot in that third quarter. And me and Leo Rowden kind of looked at each other and said, you know what, that may be the shot to get them back on track. And Milwaukee never won another game in that series. And Toronto just went on and the rest is history. But Fred was an instrumental part of the Raptors championship. And now he's going to miss the season with a torn ACL. And really, truly, man, if this is a 2-year window, for all practical purposes, even that second year, it normally takes that second year you plan, at least halfway through it, to get back to where you were. This is devastating for the Houston Rockets. And I would have to say, their odds are going to drop a little bit because the problem is this. You make it find somebody that can do what Freddie does, or if you move the backup up to that starting position, now your depth drops at the backup position.
Yeah,
so it's
but
just
who
a
are
tough position
the
to be in.
backups are what? Shepard and Aaron Holiday?
Not enough experience. Now, when you start talking about winning a championship, and you're talking about playing with KD, KD wants to win a championship. So don't be surprised if we look out there and see some names of some veteran point guards getting traded, think about it from this standpoint. Man, if you were Chris Paul and had not signed with the Clippers, how good an opportunity this would have been.
It would have been a good opportunity, but I don't know if that's
it
the
would've
move that Houston would have wanted to make. Because
Hey, man,
Chris Paul is a little bit long in the tooth.
Yeah, but he played all 82 games last year.
Yeah.
And with that team, you can honestly say you just need someone to know how to run the show and distribute the rock, right?
Right.
Because you got the scoring, you got everything. You got everything. You got size, you got defense, you got scoring, you got shooting, you got athleticism.
Yeah.
I'm just
everything.
I'm just speculating it out there now. Look at some other teams. Think about some teams that may have a point guard to spare. Who's out there?
The first thought that came into my mind was actually a Dennis Schroeder. If they can go pluck him away from where I think he's in Detroit.
Yeah.
Or, D'Angelo Russell before he signed with Dallas, that might have been a move they might have been willing to make.
See, another thing too, it's going to be tough because
it's tough.
I tell you what may have been a nice fit. Somebody just signed. What's the veteran point guard that just signed? Oh, man, from Georgia. What is his name? I was just reading about that. And he's on a non-guaranteed contract at that.
Yeah, I can't think about
it. Oh, man, I see his face right now. It'll come back to me, but this is going to hurt Houston Rockets.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
This is going to be tough, man. How they're going to cope and how they're going to adjust. And, look, we know Kevin Durant can handle the ball, but you don't want Kevin Durant handling the ball like that. You want him as a finisher, closer. Right. You don't want him handling the ball that facilitate or think about should he be facilitating. You want him just attacking at all times.
Well, they made point guard by committee, should I say. I mean, you can get Amin Thompson the ball. Maybe he can do a little bit of ball handling here. Aaron Holiday, like I said. Shepherd, we're waiting to see what he was going to do in the league.
I'm going to say Thompson. And Shepherd. Now, Shepherd had a great summer.
Yes.
So expect him.
2 great summers.
Yeah. So if I'm the Houston Rockets, before I would panic, early in the season, give Shepherd and some of those young guys a chance. If you give them a chance early, that gets them 82 games throughout the season to get ready for the playoffs. That should be enough time. And then it's also enough time for you to find out if they can't handle it.
Right.
And if they can't, then it gives you a chance to go out and try to make something happen.
Right.
Also, I wouldn't be shocked if I'm the Houston Rockets, if I'm scouting in Europe.
Yeah, I mean, when you're a championship contender, and you probably can attest to this a little bit more, I would imagine that you don't leave any stones unturned because your window of opportunity to win a championship is usually very small.
Well, think about this. Kevin Durant is what, 37?
Right.
Really and truly, I'm looking at that window is this coming season. Maybe could bleed over depending on how healthy KD is and depending on what he's got left in the tank. Now, from all things that I've heard and seen and read, is that he's ready to rock and roll. That he plays basketball 24/7 year round, right? He don't take a lot of time off. So, but this is my concern for KD. He's still been averaging 25 last 3 years.
Yeah.
But his teams haven't won.
Right.
That's my concern. Is what KD does does it still equate to winning? And we can't say it the last 3 years.
Right. Well, this is a new team, a new opportunity. I think the fit of the pieces around him are better than what they had in Phoenix.
Okay.
But like you said, the story is to be told.
Yeah. Got to win.
So we got to find out. And speaking of having to win, man, Russell Wilson just can't get enough wins under his belt.
Man, look.
And so now today, the New York Giants announced that they're going to go ahead and they're going to go with the Ricky Jackson dart this week against the LA Chargers.
Ooh, it's tough when Chargers got a good defense.
Yes, they do.
Boy, you tell me now, I might have would have waited one more week because this is the thing. He's not going to see that vanilla defense that he saw in the preseason. And the Chargers can get after you. They put some hurt on you. And this is another problem. As a rookie, everybody's going to be excited that he's going to tuck and run. But it don't take but to get lit up one time. Who's that quarterback that was number 1 pick that got hit so much? He does TV now. What's his name? That was the Giants. What's his name?
Oh, I thought you were talking about Andrew Luck.
No,
Andrew Luck
but with the Giants, what's that quarterback? You know who he was number 1 pick. He took more hits in his first 3-4 years than anybody.
David Carr.
David Carr. Remember that?
Right. He was with Houston.
Ooh, with Houston. Got lit up.
Yeah, he did.
Andrew Luck too.
Yeah.
Andrew Luck got beat down into and this is the thing about Andrew
Joe
Luck.
Burrow.
But this is the thing about Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck is a big boy.
Yes.
Andrew Luck like 6'4", 235.
Right.
And put together solid.
Yeah.
And he couldn't take them hits.
Yeah, he was like, I'm out of here.
Yeah, man. Andrew Luck like, no, I want to be able to chew my food and not suck it, eat my steak through a straw. Seriously though.
Right. We saw Carson Wentz get beat up early.
Yeah, man. So that's my thing. That's the only thing about a young quarterback that scares me. When in doubt, they're going to tuck and run. And when they're excited, they think they can run over these guys. But understand something. I heard an NFL guy say this the other day. He said, understand something. These are professional hitters.
Yes.
They're not afraid to give their body up. They're professional hitters. And they love to put them shots on quarterbacks. So again, look, I watched the game, and as good as Russell was against the Cowboys, he was just that bad.
Everybody's good against the Cowboys. Yeah. You seen Caleb Williams
light him up.
Yeah.
So look, it's time, man. It's time for Russ to settle in as a backup. Now, I tell you what, I would love to have Russ as my backup quarterback because I know he could come in and win me 2-3 games.
Right.
Absolutely. And I can see going forward. I can see Russ, if he's going to continue to play, being a backup. And if I had to be honest with you, man, if I was Russ, I would sit down with Brian Daboll and say, look, man, I'm still healthy enough to play, but I don't need the responsibility of carrying a team like that. Hey, man, I'm cool with being this kid's backup for the next year or two. And then I call it a day. If you still want to play, but him trying to search around for a starting job, no. Because if he lands a starting job after this, it's because the team is really, really bad. And then he's going to get killed.
Well, I've heard.
Then you just sacrificing your body.
I've heard rumblings that sending Russ somewhere where he can still play this year is not out of the question.
Where?
New Orleans. That's always going to be the answer. But let me ask you this.
Listen to this. Why would you want to go there? You get killed.
I mean, do you want to play football? Or do you not want to play football?
Okay. Do you want to have any chance of winning or no chance of winning? They're terrible. They are 38 on them at halftime. When the last time you see the NFL team? Seattle. We're not talking about
Sam Darnold, right?
We're not talking about Kansas City Chiefs in their heyday.
Right.
We're talking about how Sam Darnold hung 38 on them. I'm flipping channels, and I'm seeing like 3 or 4 seconds before the half. And I had to adjust my eyes. I'm like, is that 38?
Right, it was.
Yes.
It was 38.
Come on, bro. Yeah. In an NFL game?
How much do you think this move was made because Brian Daboll is feeling the heat? And can this move save his job?
Well, it could say, look, the move was made because Russ was awful. Dude, he was awful. Throwing interceptions. I mean, he looked like, dude, isn't he throwing in moon balls?
He's all or nothing.
You know, he looked like he don't want to get hit anymore.
That's what happens when you
get old. I tell you that all the time, Nadi.
Yeah.
When I got 38, 39, I'm still playing. Hell, I didn't want to get hit because it hurt longer. It didn't feel the same. And then your mentality changed, man. You understand your butt can really get hurt. When I was in my 20s and early 30s, man, I didn't care about no contact or getting hit. Didn't bother me at all. When I hit 36, 37, 38, oh my goodness. Trying to avoid contact, bro. Yes, that's just because it takes you longer to recoup,
right?
Heal, especially in football. And so it's time, man. So look, now also what Brian Daboll got to show is this another thing though he got to show. He can develop and not get this boy killed. So the one thing he better tell him, yo, young fella, you're going to always want to tuck and run. Them other 11 guys over there, they're professional hunters. And guess what? You're the one they hunting.
Yeah.
Remind them of that. I tell you what, somebody better remind Pat Mahomes. He getting a little frisky.
Yeah.
I know he's pressed.
He's Pat Mahomes.
Because bruh.
He's Pat Mahomes.
It don't take but one hit. You
Oh,
know
yeah,
that.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Now, one hit to send you out of there.
There you go.
Right.
You Bledsoe.
Right.
All right. Ask Troy Aikman.
Right.
How many? Ask Jay Cutler.
Right.
Never was the same after they took them hits. Now,
you right.
Now you know this now. When them defenders keep seeing you on the highlights, dropping your shoulder, running over guys, somebody gonna say, next time he leave that backfield, gets past that line of scrimmage, I'm gonna hunt him. And they may not give you the benefit of the doubt of sliding. Because what have they seen on tape? All they see on Monday, look at Pat Mahomes dropping his shoulder. Look at him flexing over the guy.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
It don't take, but, it ain't like all of them got it all going on up there anyway to play that sport.
Correct.
It don't take but one to go and drop you.
Right.
Okay.
Do you think that the great play of what they calling him Indiana Jones now, Indiana Jones, Daniel Jones, is that an indictment against Brian Daboll? Because you look at Indiana Jones right now, he's third in the league in passing.
He balling.
He has a 72% completion percentage. He hasn't thrown an interception all year. Hell, they just punted for the first time in the last game.
I saw that. Look, man, and you and I laughed about that, and we kept telling young fellas, be patient. Daniel Jones will get his job back. I will say this. I'm impressed. Seems like he's a good guy. Don't have no problems with it. But for me to be bought in, let me see. It's 3 games. Give me 6 games.
Right.
And then look at who they played the first 3 games now.
No, don't get me wrong.
Who they played? They played who?
They played Denver, which is a solid
Denver's
team.
good. Now, Denver's good.
They beat them on the game-winning field goal.
You beat Denver. But again, I'm not a huge Bo Nix guy.
Me either.
That's why I ain't bought into the Bo Nix stuff.
Right.
I just, no.
I
saw him play too much at Auburn.
Right.
Just too much. And I know he loves football. His dad, they named him Bo, gave him the football name because from conception, he was going to be a football player and a quarterback. But that don't mean you're going to be good at it.
Right. My point is Brian Daboll got hired by the Giants because he was supposed to be this quarterback whisperer. He supposed to help develop Josh Allen.
Stop.
And
hold up, pause right there. This is what I used to tell my coaches in Toronto. Everybody wanted to work with Chris Bosh. So when Chris Bosh became an all-star on their resume, I worked with Chris Bosh. No, I didn't let them work with Chris Bosh. Chris Bosh didn't need us. Look, Chris Bosh was one of those 5% of people that the good Lord sprinkled that special dust on.
Right.
I got some of it to be an NBA player.
Right.
Chris Bosh got a little bit more to be an all-star.
Right.
And then you even get a little bit more sprinkles to be a Hall of Famer.
Okay.
Chris Bosh got those sprinkles.
Okay.
I got the sprinkles to be an NBA player. He got them extra toppings, right? He got the nuts and the cherry and the whipped cream.
Okay.
Okay. Some people get that. Now, the people who get that, newsflash, they don't need me. They don't need a coach. They don't need somebody to take credit for what God did.
Right.
All right. So I used to tell my coaches, all them guys sitting down there that are not Chris Bosh, go get them better. Then we'll win championship. Because if you get them better, God done already gave us Chris Bosh. We got one special. Go make them special.
Right.
Chris Bosh don't need us.
Agreed.
God made him.
Agreed.
So, but everybody want to run to Chris Bosh, take pictures with him. So some kind of way we give them credit.
They can have it on a resume and they can somehow get a job.
No.
Well, it happens all the time in the NFL.
Well, it happens all the time in the NBA too.
And for the simple fact that Daboll did coach Josh Allen. Now, I'm not going to give him credit for Josh Allen being Josh Allen, but the Giants hired him because they said, we got Daniel Jones, who's similar in stature. He has legs. Okay. Daniel Jones looks better with Shane Steichen than he ever did with Brian Daboll.
Now, I'm
So,
going to say this.
so
This is my opinion. Look at the environment. One, you were in New York, the Giants, team that won Super Bowls. In New York, biggest media. You go from New York to Minnesota, where you get to breathe, and then Indianapolis. Well, ain't nobody talking about the Colts. Nobody think about the Colts. Everybody just assume the Colts going to be terrible. Think about this, Nadi, every day in New York. 15, 20 reporters which follow the team every move, every day. Every day, Daniel Jones. And now you're the Giants competing with the Jets. You see the pressure? Then he goes to Minnesota, get to breathe, get to go out to dinner with his wife, and nobody point at you talking about you suck.
Right.
Bruh, let me tell you how bad New York can be. Would you say Patrick Ewing had a good career? Was a good NBA player?
I would say he had a great career.
Okay, great, right?
Hall of Fame.
Okay. I have been walking down the street with Patrick Ewing. Some people come up and hug him. Other people come up, man, you suck. The Knicks ain't never win nothing with you. You suck, man. The next person, hold up. Next person come, oh, Pat, we love you. Man, you suck. Bruh, we walk into the restaurant about 3 blocks. I'm like, I'm like, Pat. He said, Sam, the ones that say they love me, I hug. The ones that say I suck, I keep walking. He said, Sam, this every day. Every day you walk out your place, this happens. Now think about you're Patrick Ewing and had the career he had.
Right.
Think about Daniel Jones.
Yeah.
And he actually did suck.
Yeah, nobody hugged Daniel.
Bro, you ain't going, listen to what happens so Nadi. You ain't going nowhere with your wife. You ain't going out to dinner.
Right.
You're going to limit everything that you do. Because of that pressure, you almost become a recluse.
Yeah.
As big as the city of New York is, you become a recluse. It's too much. Now, all of a sudden, you go to Minnesota where people see, oh, hi, keep on going. Bro, Prince, you could walk around, nobody bothers him. Herbie Puckett, Kevin Garnett. The reason they loved it there, they could have a life outside of who they were. So then you go from that to Indianapolis. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
Nobody's going to bother you. So my point is this. I'm removing him out of that New York media environment. And now from Minnesota, now to Indianapolis. Look where he is, man. We got some more NFL stuff. I'm hearing that music. Time to pay some bills. This spot's coming to you by HGI, Hegemon Group International, your one-stop shop for financial services. We're going to take a break. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. But In the Game Network, we'll be right back.
Sports fans of Real Talk and Hoops Insight, stay in the game with NBA legend Sam Mitchell. Now you can show your love for the In the Game podcast with exclusive merch from the In the Game online store. Coffee cups, caps, grab bold t-shirts, cozy hoodies, sleek thermal drinking cups, and more. It's all with that signature Sam Mitchell swagger. Visit InTheGameStore.com today and get in the game with Sam Mitchell, because it's more than a show. It's a lifestyle on the In the Game Network. Game Network with Coach Sam Mitchell. Lead in. Right
Welcome
now,
back
hear what the coaches
to
tell
In the
us
Game
on the
Network.
show.
I'm your host, Sam Mitchell. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Also, every Monday, 1 p.m., the Raw Side of Thing with Sir Bam Bam. Now, we wouldn't be doing this show justice if we didn't talk about that debacle last night. Look, first of all, it was a good game. Detroit against Baltimore. The game in Baltimore. Second, look, man, you know what we starting to realize? All these coaches getting all this credit. Jared Goff is good, bro.
Yeah,
Hey, man. Hey.
Yeah, he is.
And Dan Campbell can coach.
He can.
And by the way, the GM who put that team together
He's done a great job.
know what the hell he doing. And last but not least, man, the Detroit Lions are for real.
They've been
Bruh.
for real the last 2 years.
Look, man,
It's time to
they
win a
went
Super
into
Bowl.
Baltimore on grass,
Yeah.
not turf, grass. And they pounded and grounded. They beat the crap out of Baltimore physically. Man, every
Yeah,
time it
they
seemed
did.
like they handed the ball off, they got 5 to 7 yards every time.
Yeah, they did.
And then when they went doing that, Jared Goff was just picking them apart. And then the defense, look,
Man.
this is what I'm going to say. Look, Lamar Jackson is the best quarterback in the league. I had to think about it. From a talent, you see some of the passes he threw?
I
But-
want to agree
but-
with you.
This
Josh
is, but
Allen
this
is
is my
looking good
problem
too, though.
with Lamar right now. Because he's so good with his legs,
Mm-hmm.
he's starting to hold on to the ball too
Yes,
long
he is.
to try to he's so used to making them great plays. And
Right.
last night, give Detroit credit. When Lamar broke containment, the guys came up and didn't just try to tackle him. They contained him. And the guys kept coming from back, pursuing.
Right.
And you think about it. Last night, out of the 7 or 8 sacks, they got him from behind 4 or 5 times,
Right.
right? Because them guys, normally when guys try to get Lamar on the ground, they just come at him, he give him a move
Right.
and beat him. These guys came down and broke down 3-4 yards, which made him hesitate, which gave those guys a chance to keep coming. They had a plan. They put together a defensive plan, and this is what they did. They took advantage of Lamar Jackson tendencies
Yes, they
as
did.
a coach. And I see a guy that want to hold on to that ball because he's so good. Flip Saunders had a great saying all the time. Your biggest strength can be your biggest weakness if you don't focus on it. Lamar Jackson's biggest strength is his ability to run the ball. But because of that as a strength, he holds on to the ball too long and he's giving himself up too much.
Yeah.
He's got to, John Harbaugh, and look, I'm going to say this. I'm not worried about Baltimore. Baltimore still is going to be there in that AFC. They're going to be right there at the end. Because, dude, first of all, nobody else can run the football like Detroit run it. Because nobody else, think about Detroit offensive line.
Yeah.
A bunch of first rounders. Right? Detroit, 3-4 years ago, went heavy on that offensive line.
Oh, yeah.
All right?
Nate Sewell, all them guys.
Yeah, so they got a good offensive
Yeah.
line. But what I'm saying is, nobody else has an offensive line. Kansas City can't block
I
him
mean,
around like that.
Philly got a great
Philly,
offensive
but
line. But
They're the AFC.
in AFC, yeah.
You got one team to worry about if you're Baltimore.
I'm
The
worried
Bills.
about Baltimore.
Look, man, if it was game 10, I would be. Remember, last year they started off slow and then went on and won, 12,
Yeah,
13,
but-
14 games. I'm not worried because, okay, they still should have won the Buffalo game.
But they
People-
didn't win the Buffalo game.
But not it. Okay.
They didn't win. We not.
Nah.
You just told me to start the show. We not
Nah.
doing this moral victories.
Not it. Not talking about more.
It's about winning.
Not it. Listen to me carefully.
Okay, let me listen to you.
It's game. They done played 3 games.
Yes.
Okay. You know as well as I know. When you got Lamar and Derrick Henry and all them guys, you ain't hitting every day in practice. You ain't doing this.
Okay.
Now that people don't understand that. The reason some bad teams wait till the coach. That's why I said wait to game 6. We had a saying in the NBA. The young teams that get in shape are going to steal some games early because the veteran teams use games to get in shape because the coach ain't pushing them in practice, a veteran team, like you're doing a young team. You're not worried so much about young guys getting hurt and beat up.
Okay.
Veteran guys, you ain't doing that. So in the I used to say this all the time. Look at young teams in the NBA, how they'll start off good. And then when you get to about that 10th game and the veterans done got their legs, then they start stacking off 7 out of 8 and 12 out of 16 because they done got in shape. Same thing with the NFL. John Harbaugh, you're not pushing and killing the Ravens in training camp like you would do when they win a lot of those guys their 3rd and 4th year.
The NFL is a different animal.
Right.
You got less games. You don't have 82 games to figure this out.
17.
You got injuries that can happen to you.
Listen to me, Kev. I know those guys.
Right.
Play golf with them. I used to live next door to Chris Carter.
Okay.
They'll tell you. Dude, we think it's short. They look at it. Now, you got to remember now, the NFL used to be how many games? 12.
Yeah, 12. 14, 16, 17.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So I understand that.
Right.
The NFL season, and people thought that was long. It
Right.
used to be 12 games because of the brutalities of the game.
Correct.
So this is what teams understand. Ain't nobody trying to go 17-0. Because in order to go 17-0, that means your guys got to go out there laying on the line, getting the crap beat out of them every time. What? Don't you see now where running backs are getting to that sideline now, they're dropping out of bounds?
Yeah.
You know how it used to be, you ain't tough unless you drop your shoulder and got that extra yard?
Yeah. Emmitt Smith used to get out of bounds, though. That's why he played
How
for
many
so
years
long.
he played? That,
Right.
Nothing. This is what people have to understand. This is my big argument with the NFL players. Why do they go at each other's knees? When you go at each other's knees and tear these ACLs, you just cut a guy's career in half and his earning potential.
Yeah.
I don't care how big an all-pro you were. I take your knees out and tear your ACL. You could be the best wide receiver in the league. You ain't getting paid.
Right. Right.
Right?
And they're trying to institute some of that stuff out
So
of the game.
I'm not talking about from the owners and the referees.
Right.
To
From a
me,
player.
as a players association, when we meet ourselves, hey guys, look, every time we take, and I know it's hard to bring some of these big guys down,
Yeah.
but guys, every time we take a knee out, we just killed your earning potential. And,
That's right.
and the window for NFL players is short anyway.
Yes.
So now you take a knee out, now that nobody's going to pay you, you just lost 30 to 40% of your value.
It's dog eat dog.
But that's my point.
Right.
When we get on that field, we play. But if part of what we need to do is protect each other
Okay.
from having those catastrophic injuries.
But if I don't bring you down, I'm sacrificing food on my plate.
What I'm saying, Nadi, figure out another way.
I feel you.
I'm not saying don't bring
But
it down.
that's gonna be something that the NFLPA gonna have to figure out.
But see, Nadi, to me, that's a conversation that should be with the players. The owners
Right.
shouldn't have anything to do with it.
Right.
Look, man, you know I got to get you on the ground.
Right.
But bruh, think about it from like this. Every time I take your knees out, okay, classic example. The running back, Nick Chubb. How much money Nick Chubb, before he got hurt, would be in the $20 million a year range right now.
Right. Right.
And he just signed
Maybe
for like
15,
$2 million.
right.
Hold up. He just signed for $2 million.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, but
And
you,
bruh,
and you see Nick Chubb.
But my point is this:
Right.
he'll never get that money back.
No, he'll never get that money back.
And at the worst, Nadi, you would have got Nick Chubb at a bargain before he got hurt
Right.
at $16 million. He could have got $16 million without asking. That's how good he was. So do the math. He went from the last 3 years, he would have made an average of, let's say, $16 million. That's almost $50 million. Or some over.
Right.
Compared to 6.
Right. He get what he can get now.
Whatever he can
But
get.
let me tell you why I'm concerned with Baltimore.
Why?
For a few reasons. Derrick Henry done fumbled the ball 3 times in 3 games.
Yeah.
2 times in the fourth quarter. It's cost them football games.
Yeah.
They're losing big games to good teams.
Yeah. They're giving them away.
And my most concerning reason is, man, that defense, man.
Woo!
Is
the concern.
Man, Marlon Humphreys was getting his lunch. He was serving up lunch like he worked in the cafeteria at a high school, man.
Dude, they ran now. And the thing I used to remember about Baltimore, the thing that separated Baltimore, their D-line. You know, they had the big dude in the middle. What's his name? Vega. What was his name?
Right. Oh, back in the day. Saragusa.
Right. They had Ray Lewis behind him. And what people don't understand, and Ray Lewis will tell you, Tony's job was to get double team.
Correct.
So to free Ray up to go make tackles.
Yep.
And if you remember the games when Saragusa was out, Ray struggled. I don't care how good Ray was or how big and strong. Ray didn't weigh 330.
Right.
Them guards weighed 6'5", 330, 340.
Yeah.
Now, this is the thing I know about the NFL. If they list you at 330, you're more 250, 350.
Okay.
Because nobody actually weigh. Everybody heavier. Like back in the, everybody heavier.
Right.
You know, everybody wanted to look, man, I'm only 330. We get your ass on scale, you 350. Ray was all a 250. But bruh, 250 going up against 350 all night?
Right.
Full contact?
Yeah.
No, the 250 gonna lose.
Right.
Right? And Tony Saragusa's job was to keep them linemen off Ray.
Correct. So they did not get any pressure on the quarterback.
Nah.
Your back end is compromised just about. I mean, Amon Ra he's killing Marlon Humphreys all night.
And Marlon Humphreys supposed to be what, all pro?
Yeah, he's supposed to be the top corner. So, I mean, I'm concerned.
So what does that tell you? Without a pass
Buffalo
rush,
put up 41 on you, and then last night Detroit had their way with you.
That's
I
true.
mean, they ran about. They did whatever they want to do on the ground. They did whatever they want to do on the air.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Baltimore, we're at the stage now. We're not worrying about regular season. Can Lamar Jackson get over the hump and win a championship? And with this team right now, they don't look like a championship team.
Okay, I'm going to say this. This is why I believe it, and there's no science to this. All the other years, they come off to a great start. They dominate everybody. Didn't get to the playoff, fizzle.
Right.
Maybe this year, they start the season 1-2, 2-2, 3-2, 4-3, and then get some adversity early.
Okay.
And then hit their peak late. We've seen it the other way around where they've been clearly the most dominant team. I think you will agree. They got talent.
They do have talent.
They got a coach.
They have a coach.
They got a quarterback.
They have a quarterback.
They got some receivers.
Yes.
They got a running back. So they got the complete team. What I'm saying to you, Nada, is this. 17 games don't sound long, but 17 games are long.
It is a long season.
Nobody's going 17-0.
Right.
And I would go a step further. If my quarterback looked like he was going to play every game, I might would set him for a game if we're winning enough.
Well, you know that's not happening.
Well,
but you got the Ravens in Kansas City this week.
If he beat up, I might, because now this
some got to give.
It's going now that your body can only take so many legs.
Yeah.
And the way Pat is throwing his body around after okay, let me ask you this.
Chances are every starting quarterback nowadays is gonna sit for a game or two at some point.
Because they just gonna be too beat up.
Right. And they'll be on the injury report for some knick-knack injury that he could play through if it was a playoff game.
Yeah.
But
if it's not, there's no use to put him out there because he's only gonna take more punishment.
Right.
Now, this was stupid. Bro, if you keep rolling me out there hurt, I'm only gonna get hurt. I mean, dude, it's crazy.
Right.
I never understood it. Well, he can play if he can take the pain. Well, he's only gonna get more injured.
Well, last year Kirk Cousins claimed that he was hurt a lot, and that's why he kept rolling out there.
He wasn't
playing well.
I tell you what, let Michael Penix keep playing like this.
I was about to say 0 points,
bruh.
How do you not score 1 point in the NFL this 2025 where everything is catered to the offense?
Look, man, I was on record after that game against who they lost to. No, they beat
Tampa Bay.
They beat the Vikings.
They beat the Vikings. Right.
Didn't I say we have a quarterback?
You did.
Didn't I say we had a
and I
defense?
told you, I said, man, they only beat the Vikings with J.J. McCarthy playing
And
terrible.
didn't I tell you the Vikings were going to be better with Carson Wentz?
The defense played great.
Why? Because they knew they had a quarterback that could run
but
the
it
play
ain't like Carson
and get
Wentz was
first
lighting it.
down.
It ain't like Carson Wentz was lighting it up. That defense, that backup quarterback in Cincinnati, he looked every bit
Yeah,
of a
but listen to
backup
me.
quarterback.
This Carson Wentz is smart.
Yeah,
All he know he got to do is don't turn the ball over.
right.
And keep the chains
Keep
moving.
the chain moving.
That's it.
Right.
It ain't rocket science. And I got a coach that gonna set the table. I got players.
Right.
I can run the ball. I got a good defense.
Right.
All I got to do is don't turn the ball over
Right.
and keep the chains moving.
Right.
And every now and then, just make the pass I'm supposed to make.
Right. But even Cincinnati scored some points. The Falcons scored 0 points
Against Carolina.
Now, Carolina beat them 2 times in a row, going back to last year.
Yeah, but Carolina defense that good to hold you 0 points.
No. I mean, they clearly held the Falcons to 0. Now, Parker Romo, and I kept telling people, Parker Romo is not a good kicker. There's a reason why Minnesota let him go, and there's a reason why he was on the streets.
Bro, if you can't kick in a dome, you can't kick.
Right. Now the Falcons then bought another kicker in on the practice squad. They don't know. This is ugly. You fired the wide receiver coach because heads got to roll when you don't score any points. So somebody had to be the scapegoat.
So hold up. You fired the wide receiver coach?
They fired the wide receiver coach, and they have told the offensive coordinator he can no longer call the game from the booth. He's going to have to be down on the sideline. They're doing everything they can to appease the fan because they know that this is a dumpster fire.
This is the problem, though. Offensive coordinator got a better view of the game from sitting in the booth.
Yeah, but you scored 0 points.
I understand that, but it's not. How is it going to make it better for him when he can't see?
I agree, but like I was telling Cox yesterday, we did a show last night. Shout out to Cox, Just Simply Sports. But like I was telling her last night, in Atlanta is one of the few franchises where the fans got say so in what they're gonna do on the field.
Oh, you kidding me?
No, because
now, I'm a new Falcons fan, dude. I need to go back and switch my allegiance back.
I'm telling you, I've been a Falcon fan. I've been in Atlanta my whole life. If the Falcons don't acquiesce to what the fans are demanding, nobody will come to the stadium. It's not like Cleveland, Green Bay,
they're
Chicago.
Gonna complain, but they're coming to the games.
They gonna put the paper bag on, but they're gonna sell out.
Yeah.
Atlanta is not like that. You'll have a new stadium, Mercedes-Benz Dome, and all these luxury and fine things, and won't have nobody in the stands.
Wow.
So the Falcons are one of the few.
So what are the fans crying for now? Since you got the heartbeat of the fans, Mr. ATL, aka Naughty. What are the fans screaming for now? Are they screaming for Kirk Cousins? Are they screaming for a new coach? Are they screaming for a different offensive coordinator? Is this the same coordinator they had last year?
Yes.
Okay. Was the fans happy with him last year?
New defensive coordinator.
Hold up. Were the fans happy with the coordinator last year?
No, they weren't happy with the coordinator last year.
Okay, I hear you.
But the fans right now are screaming for points, and the fans are screaming for. Tell me why we scored 0 points.
What does the head coach say?
The head coach, he told you what he said with his actions. Offensive coordinator, I need you to come from the booth. Wide receiver coach, hey man, we got to roll ahead around here because these fans want blood right now. We got to get them something. What does the wide receiver coach have to do with you scoring 0 points?
I have no. Maybe they're saying the routes that the guys are running, or you're not teaching them how to run proper routes to get open. Bruh, I look at it like this. I don't take anything for granted because it's not necessarily said that you're going to learn what you're supposed to learn in college. That being said, for these guys that have went to USC,
right,
and then went to Penn State,
right,
Georgia, Alabama, you should make the argument that you got better coaching in college because you got more time to coach.
I agree.
You got more practice reps,
yes,
more time.
They got time to develop you in college. They don't have time to develop you once you get to the NFL.
Thank you.
They expect you to know how to play once you get to that level.
And they just need to tweak it. They just need to fine tune you. But you're supposed to have the basic, right?
Right.
They just need to fine tune it. Okay. What we're saying, obviously that doesn't happen.
So what do you think the problem is with the Falcons right now?
As a new Falcons fan, some of it is youth.
Okay.
The young guys gonna look great some nights.
Right.
Other nights they're gonna disappear. Again, you gotta remember, some of them young D linemen, they're still light in the jeans.
Yeah.
They haven't put their grown man weight on yet.
Right.
You know, if you're playing D line and you 255, 265, you light.
Right.
And if you don't get off the line with speed, they're gonna dominate. Once them offensive linemen get their hands on you, it's a wrap. So if you can't beat them with speed ain't gonna work every night against veteran offensive linemen who know how to slow you down. So they gotta learn how to play a little bit. Michael Penix's still a young quarterback.
He is. It's essentially this is rookie year.
Yeah, he's still a young quarterback.
Right.
And I love Bijan Robinson, but you can't run him 25 times a game.
Right.
You can get him 25 touches,
right, correct.
but you can't turn around and hand it to him 25 times a game
Right.
off tackle. He'll be done in 3 years. His career will be over. So I just think some of it is youth, is being young, and then some of it is just maybe this team is not as good on paper as a lot of people thought or hoped.
I agree. Now, when you go into the draft, like the Falcons just went to this last draft, they traded up back into the first round. They pretty much gave away next year's first round pick.
Have you seen this year college football?
Yeah, but they're not looking for a quarterback. I'm just saying when you trade away your future, because you want to take 2 defensive guys this year, that's telling me that Terry Fontenot and Raheem Morris, they need to win now.
Yep. That's true. But I don't like that strategy because if it don't work, all they're doing is sending the franchise back. To me, what you're supposed to do, if you got to throw a Hail Mary in the draft to try to save your job, I'm going to fire you before the draft. Or I'm going to overrule you diving back into the draft to take another D-line player or another defensive player if I feel like the only reason you're doing this is to save your job. Because me as the owner, and as an owner, I would always have me a confidant. I would always have me a consultant that I hired that answers only to me.
Right.
And it would probably be a formal, or older, like a Jimmy Johnson or somebody that I can pick up the phone and call anytime. Hey, Jimmy, this is what they're doing. This is what's going on. What you think? I would always have me someone like that. And if Jimmy said to me, look, they're trying to do this to save their jobs.
Right.
No, I would that's when I pick up the phone and overrule it.
Well, for Arthur Blank, that's Rich McKay. Rich McKay serves as that advisor, that confidant. Because you remember, Arthur Blank is a businessman.
Mm-hmm.
He don't really know football like that.
Other than what the casual fan
Rich
knows.
McKay is his brain. Rich McKay is his football brain.
Should he be a football brain? Let me ask you this. I thought when they hired Raheem, what's coach last name? Morris. I had thought he had been the Falcons coach before.
Yeah, he was the Falcon coach. They fired him before.
Under who owned the team when he
Arthur Blank owned the team.
Hold up. Let me get this straight. Arthur Blank hired him before.
Right.
And what was the reason that he got fired?
Because the team wasn't good.
Okay, so he got fired because the team wasn't
good. Right.
How did he get hired back?
That's the question, the $1 million question that I've been wanting to answer. I thought he was a bad hire from the get-go. I support him because of the obvious, but I didn't think that was a good hire. And after last year, I thought that they should have fired him after the Washington football game where he mismanaged the timeouts and pretty much ruined their playoff chances.
Yeah, I thought that game, and I had talked to some people about that game. I felt like his answer during the press conference, he just dug a deeper hole. I would have been happy with if he would have said, look, that's on me.
Right.
I got to get better at that.
Right.
You know, it's 3 or 4 things that I got to do every game, and I got to get them all right. Those decisions.
Correct.
And I got to get better, or I got to get somebody upstairs to help me with that process. Because now this is the thing you have to understand. Those decisions are supposed to be pre-made. Listen to me carefully. When you sit down with your staff and you talk about scenarios and things that could happen, What are we going to do if this happens? We're down 3 and it's 14 seconds. We already know what we're going to do if we're down 3 with the ball with 3 or 4 seconds, right?
Right.
We're shooting a 3. What are we doing coming out of a timeout if we're down 3 and it's 14 or 15 seconds? Are we going for the quick 2? Because
Right.
most teams going to give that up. Because the last thing you want to do is get a tick-tack foul and we can tie the game up.
Right.
Those decisions are supposed to be pre-made.
Yeah.
If you have to make those decisions, they're too hard of decisions to make. To have not have sat down, talked through the pros and cons with your coaching staff.
Right.
And so I felt like, obviously, after that Washington game, they didn't have a process in place. That's why they were stuck.
Correct. I agree.
And I didn't like his answer. And I would, like, again, sometimes, dude, telling the truth, but okay, this is what I learned. And you can't say it often, though. Man, I screwed up. Now what?
You only get one of those.
I know, but that's the one you
Right,
use it
right.
because you did screw
Right,
up.
the obvious one.
The obvious,
Right.
yeah. That's when you, hey
Right.
man, that was on me.
Right.
All right, but you also talk about what systems. The next day, they got stayed up. Man, I sat down and talked to my GM, talked to my coaches. We're gonna have a system in place going. You're supposed to have one already,
Right.
but obviously they don't.
Correct.
So that tells me, where's your systems? See, plays like that and situations like that, we had already talked through this as a coaching staff. We
Right.
already knew what we were going to do down 14 with the ball down 3. We're taking a quick
Right.
2. We're trying to extend the game because you got to look at it from this standpoint. The more I can extend the game, the more chances they have to mess up too.
Yeah.
And how many times have we seen a guy miss a free throw? We come to trap, turn it over. I mean, fluky things happen when the pressure's on.
Yeah.
And them free throws may sound easy, but dude, sometimes it's easier to take a 3-point shot than it is to make a free throw. You know why? Nobody really expects you to make the 3-point at the end of the game.
Right.
And if you make it, everybody like, oh man, oh, good shot. Free throws? Oh, you
Right.
miss free throws at the end of the game. You
Yeah.
scared. Why are you in the game? That's the guy we need to foul. And then every game going forward, every team in a situation like that, they're going to look for you. They're going to foul you.
Right.
It's a different animal.
Yeah.
Ain't no pressure because no one really expects you to make that 3.
Yeah.
But miss free throws.
Well, you seem like you might be right about that Tampa Bay pick because the NFC South is the worst division in football with the Saints, Panthers, and now the Falcons.
Tampa Bay going to run away with that thing.
It's looking bad.
Baker Mayfield, look, I'm going to give that dude credit, man. He tough little dude, man.
He's a tough guy.
And-
He's a gamer.
And the thing that I like about him, his teammates love him.
Yes.
Now, the only thing I would say with Tampa Bay, keep him around that $38 to $40 million range. And
Right.
Don't
right.
get up there in the
No,
50.
he's not
No.
elite.
because he still needs elite players around him.
Right.
Use that money to put better players around him
Right.
and more better players. But I would
Right.
say, I'll go to Baker and say, look, man, here's $38 million a year. 5 years. I guarantee it all.
Right. I feel you. He's a solid quarterback.
Yeah. Guarantee him $150, $60 million, man. He'll take it. Look, man, we're hearing this music. We're going to take one more break before we close out the show. When we come back, what do we have to talk about? What's our segue called now? Shoot it or pass.
Shoot it or pass.
Yeah, we're going to come back with shoot it or pass. So right now, you listen to In the Game. Look, shoot this. Shoot this show. Don't pass it. We'll be right back with more stuff.
Sports fans of Real Talk and Hoops Insight, stay in the game with NBA legend Sam Mitchell. Now you can show your love for the In the Game podcast with exclusive merch from the In the Game online store. Coffee cups, caps, grab bold t-shirts, cozy hoodies, sleek thermal drinking cups, and more. It's all with that signature Sam Mitchell swagger. Visit InTheGameStore.com today and get in the game with Sam Mitchell because it's more than a show. It's a lifestyle on the In the Game Network. back on the In the Game Network with Coach Sam Mitchell.
Welcome back to In the Show. It's In the Game. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. I'm your host, Sam Mitchell. Don't forget every Monday at 1 p.m. The raw side of things with Sir Bam Bam. Naughty. In our last segment, shoot it or pass it. I know you got some good questions for me because I've been on fire, man. I'm learning. My knowledge is getting there with business, with opportunities, how this thing work, man. Look, man.
They say you can't teach the old dog new tricks.
Naughty. Yes, you can.
That's what I heard.
You may not can teach an old dog, but you can teach a good one, baby. And I'm a good dog. Roof, roof. There you go.
All right, shoot it or pass it. The Golden State Warriors are signing
I'm
Al
passing.
Horford.
I'll tell you right now. Go ahead on.
The Golden State Warriors are signing Al Horford, Seth Curry, Gary Payton II, and DeAnthony Melton. And this will be official once they finalize this Kuminga situation.
And we're supposed to believe with those signings, that's going to make the Golden State Warriors in the Western Conference,
Right.
NBA competitive championship quality team. Stop, Naughty.
So you're not buying that one.
I'm
You passing
passing.
that one.
No. Come on. No. Pass it.
Those are some solid bets.
Okay.
You don't
How
like
old is Al? My age?
Al probably 50.
Okay. And last time I saw him play, he looked like it now.
Right.
Okay. But we're going.
All right. So you passing that one. Okay. Here we go. The second one. Zion says he's back to feeling like Duke Zion after boxing and football workouts this summer. Are you buying the rise of Zion Williamson this year? Are you shooting it or passing?
I'm going to buy it from a standpoint of him getting numbers. I don't know if his numbers are going to equate to New Orleans winning. With some of the injuries already, don't they have one of the young boys already hurt? Did somebody get hurt for them this summer? I can't remember. But
oh, yeah.
Marshall? What's his name?
Got hurt?
I can't remember.
No, they got rid of some. They've been making some moves in New Orleans.
But look, man, and then the what's the kid they drafted from Maryland?
The kid they got from this year.
Yeah, this year.
I forget his name, but he's a pretty good player.
He's all right, man, but he looks like Zion to me.
Right.
Looks like they play the same position. So
right.
I gotta see it to believe it, man.
Robert Orr says that the LA Lakers should trade Austin Reeves because he plays too similar to Luka.
I agree.
Are you shooting it or passing that idea?
I'm shooting it for this reason because I agree with Robert. Because if you think about it, and then he's not as good as Luka, obviously, and don't have the physicality, but he needs the ball to be effective. And this is another thing. This is the biggest kicker. He can't defend. Bro, right. You can only have, and I tell you this all the time, you can have one suspect defender. You can't have two, much less three. So when you play the Lakers in the playoffs, you know LeBron, because of his age, Luka, because of his Luka. I don't care how good a shape Luka is. Luka still ain't going to be the greatest athlete. And then Austin Reeves. So you got three guys. Not only are they bad as a primary defender.
Right.
If you're bad, look how much slower you are getting over.
Right.
So it's too much. And then all three of them need the ball to be successful.
Right.
It ain't like Austin Reeves and LeBron, when Luka got the ball, are playing like Golden State, coming off screens, slipping screens, doing all running. No. So you got guys, they all do the same thing, and you can't have that. Look, man, Lakers may have missed that winner. This summer, the Lakers probably should have went on and traded Austin Reeves. Because now Austin Reeves want to get paid.
Yeah. They still got time.
Yeah.
Shoot or pass it. Matt Ishba, the owner of the Phoenix Suns, he's bringing Steve Nash in as a senior advisor to help with the team. Is this a good idea or not? Shoot it or pass it?
I'm going to shoot it because I know Nash, he's a good dude. But listen to the people you already got there. I know he's got some quality people in that organization. I know he's got some quality people. Matt Ishby lived in Detroit, from Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
Who played in Detroit? Isaiah Thomas?
Isaiah Thomas played in Detroit.
I think Isaiah Thomas been advising him. Been willing to advise him. I don't know how much he's listening. Look,
right.
Isaiah Thomas, if you look at his tenure as a player, and then as a coach, and then as a general manager, he drafted talented players.
Correct.
He knows talent. I don't think Matt Ishby's been listening. I think the problem now, Nadi, don't nobody want to listen to the veteran guys. Everybody want to listen to the new guys, the new thinkers.
Analytics.
Yeah. Look at it. It could be all because New Orleans, because OKC won. How long did it take OKC to win a championship?
Right.
Since they've been in OKC, right?
Yeah.
And you can make the argument that OKC has had more talented players than what they got today.
Yeah.
You're going to tell me this group they got today is better than Westbrook? Okay, Westbrook
James,
going to the Hall of
KD,
Fame.
Surge.
Hold up. Westbrook going to the Hall of Fame.
Yes.
KD going to the Hall of Fame.
Yes.
James Harden going to the Hall of Fame.
Yes.
Okay. Are we sure Shea going to the Hall of Fame yet? He's on his way.
He's on his way.
How about Jalen Williams?
We don't know. He got a long way to go.
How about Chet Holmgren?
Yeah, he got a long way
there
to
you
go. Right.
There you go.
I got there's two more. One is Younghoe Koo just signed with the Giants. Is it the pickup that'll make a difference or no difference at all?
No.
Okay.
Baseball, right?
That's that.
No.
And last, and this is a funny one to me. I read this story. Jaylen Brown called.
Oh, John, you talking about the punter, the kicker,
the kicker.
But
who used to play for the Falcons.
And now he gonna go kick outside.
He's gonna kick with the Giants, right? Because they kick.
Giants play outside.
Brown Gano has a groin injury.
No.
Okay.
No.
All right, pass it. Last one. Jaylen Brown supposedly called his teammates. Nobody picked up the phone.
Hold up. Jaylen Brown did what now?
He called his teammates and no one picked up the phone. So Jeff Teague called Tatum and Tatum answered the phone immediately. I'm getting it from you.
Have you been hearing anything about Jaylen Brown relationship with the other teammates? I haven't heard anything.
I've heard little rumblings because when Tatum went to the Olympics and they didn't call Jaylen Brown, it seemed like there was some friction there between the two, but it didn't seem like it. I didn't take too much into it. I didn't look too much into it. But if I call you and you don't answer the phone, and then the man right next to me said, "Let me call him," and he called you,
I'm going to say this
immediately.
I'm going to say this. I think because of the injury to Tatum, I think we're about to see this Boston thing, Tatum and Brown broken up. Because now Boston Celtics is going to be paying these guys $120 million between the two of them.
Right.
It's hard to absorb and win, bro. Especially when your new ownership group has told you they're not going into the tax.
Right.
Those days over. Two guys going to be over $60 million a year.
Yeah.
And they're still not going to win. They're going to win games, but I don't think they win.
Oh, yeah, it's over with.
Yeah.
That window is closed.
So the question is now, obviously they're going to want to keep Tatum. Question is
off the injury? Off the Achilles injury?
They're going to keep Tatum. Dude, put Tatum out there for trade. Because we've seen guys come back now. We already know what the timetable looks like and how it looks. You know what I mean? We know about those injuries now. We know about them. Those injuries don't fear general manager. It's depending on guy's age. A guy in his early to mid-20s, he can bounce back.
Man, he's a dookie.
Hey, man.
Those Duke players, they have a history of getting hurt.
How many years he been first team All-NBA? The only American.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
He
only won the last 3 seasons.
Yeah, I think Jaylen Brown is a better all-around player, offensively and defensively. And you add leadership quality in, and you add just the person he is.
I don't have a problem with that, but this game, why did his teammates answer the phone? Hey, bro, let me tell you something like this.
That's a good question.
Let me say this. Right, wrong, or indifferent. If they don't answer your call, who's that more of a reflection on them or you? Because we didn't say half of them answered and half of them didn't.
Right.
None of them.
Right.
If it would have been half and half, that could have been them.
Right.
But when it's all of them didn't answer your call and I'm a Jaylen Brown fan, I would look in the mirror and say, that's me, and what do I need to do to self-correct?
Gotcha.
Does that make sense?
That makes all
Man,
sense.
if you
in the world.
listen to me, I will part this knowledge I got on you, my brother. Instead of fighting me all the time, join me.
I'm learning.
all for the young
I'm learning
fellas.
some of these old tricks.
Look, man, I'm all, they're not old. Hey, man, don't make me stick you with this fork, man, okay? Look, I'm all for helping the young people, man. All for it. But y'all got to listen, all right?
I got you.
Understand something. This thing called analytics, we call common sense. We just looked at it and it made sense.
Right.
Listen to us. The same road that y'all are going down. We've been down that same road. The scenery has changed, but the street is the same. When I went to Italy, to walk on the same street that the Romans had laid that brick that Jesus walked on, it's an awesome experience. That brick was still there. That road was still there. It wasn't gone. We still here, man, with this knowledge. All y'all need to do is just, like my mother, 86 years old, what frustrates her the most, she said all the time, the young people don't want to listen. I said, well, mother, stop speaking so quietly to them. Put your foot down and make them listen, because you can teach them something. Listen, that's the word for the day. Again, I always tell you guys, don't hate the player, don't hate the game, don't even hate yourself. Learn how to play the game and maximize your efforts. You listen in the game on your host, Sam Mitchell. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Also, every Monday, 1 p.m., the raw side of things with Sir Bam Bam. Talk to you Thursday. Out.